Yo, what's poppin', sexies? It's your boy here, back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and I'm joined today by Wylia. How you doing, sis?
Doing pretty good. I told Tacho get to work, Buster, and this is what this video is.
Yeah, so basically, I was just minding my own business, and then I hadn't spoken to Wylia in a while, so I was like, all right, let me hit her up, see how she's doing. And then she told me about this, right? So we head over to the notifications. Now, every morning when I log into the game, I always check the notifications just in case there's a new update or anything that I have to be aware of. But this one, I remember this was not at the reset, so they must have added this at some later time. Actually, no, I guess it was at reset because it says here 3 a.m., right? That is reset. But regardless, I just didn't know about this until just now. So apparently, they're going to be making a couple of updates to Aether raids and some other things. So it says here this notification is to inform players of the following two important points regarding the next season of Aether raids, which begins on 7/26 at 3 a.m. So basically, we all know next season is going to be Chaos season. That was you can pretty much go into Aether raids, right? And you go over here and you'll see version release 2, so that means it's going to be Chaos season next time. All right, but let's go back over to that notification real quick and let's see what else is in there. Okay, so issues that made players who did not participate in the previous Chaos season may experience while defending on and how to resolve those issues. Basically, what they're saying here is if you didn't play Chaos season last time, there was a glitch on day 1 where it started everybody off in tier 0 and it treated your account as if you had 0 lift because in order to register your lift, you have to do at least one fight first. So a lot of people, including myself, on that first day, we suffered a full defensive loss on defense because the game just treated it as if our defense team was unbuilt. We had only 4 slots available. Our fortresses were reduced to level 1, so it was pretty much a cakewalk for anyone who got matched up against us to just easily win that fight. And it looks like they're trying to do something about it this time, so that's not going to happen again, which is nice. And it also says here changes being made to Jotunheim castle terrain in Aether Keep. So this is like top comedy for me. This Wiley, what do you think about this?
I saw this in the morning and I was like, okay, what's on notifications? And they're like, oh, changes to chaos. Okay. And then you see like the fine little print, like, oh, Jotunheimr castle changes. And I'm like, what? So I clicked it. And then I saw that they're making the unbreakable walls. They're gonna make unbreakable walls. And I even think I made a post on YouTube because I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't stop laughing because we all knew this was gonna happen and they still went ahead and did it.
Yeah, this is the comedy show of Fire Emblem Heroes that we live in right now. Because literally the whole reason why they nerfed Spring Breeze was because it had too many walls and it was too easy to make choke points. So they wisened up to that not long after the fact, and they fixed Spring Breeze. They fixed all the other maps. And here they are just making the exact same mistake all over again with this map. So, I mean, what did they expect was going to happen, right? Like, I don't even know where their thought process was. But in that same regard, I almost felt like it was necessary for defense to have a map like this right now because of how just brain dead it is to play offense. You can just cower behind 2 save units, like Brave Hector, for example, and just easily win any fight for the most part. There's not many teams that are built in a way that they can beat Brave Hector, especially not if he's at plus 10 and he's getting bonus doubler from Astrid and so on and so forth. So let's just really quickly go over to my defense. So this is the team that I run for light season. We have Dagger and Knot to give us double Pathfinder. And what that means is my range overlaps with Roy, Letizia, Crom, and also Dagger as well. So all of these offensive threats, between 3 green units, Brave Hector has his hands full. And then we have 1 mage at least, because going all physical, you're going to want someone to deal with magic. So we have Letizia there for that. And then Chrom just cleans up everything else. Effective against armor, just destroys pretty much anything. So this is the team that I've been running, and it's had quite a lot of success. As you can see, only one guy was able to beat it. So
Tacho suffering from success.
yeah, but I don't know how I feel about this. I almost feel like the map, even though it's pretty obviously the best defense map in the game right now, I don't feel like it needed to be nerfed.
Did they not at least like let me keep the left wall so I can make a choke point?
Yeah, because even when
Now I
they
have to switch defense. I went to Lost Castle. I said, all right, I'm out.
yeah, well, even when they nerfed Spring Breeze, they at least kept one of the unbreakable walls, right? So actually OG Spring Breeze had 4 unbreakable walls, which was even more
Yeah.
it was even more cracked out, but this one had 2, and they turned both of them into breakable walls now, as opposed to leaving one untouched and leaving the other one breakable.
Yeah. They're gonna nerf it again. Watch.
I Yeah, but I feel like it didn't even need to be nerfed though. We have so many things in the game right now that are just necessary evils. It's like I mean, yeah, we know it's broken, but we kind of need it to deal with all the other broken shenanigans that are going on. So having 2
As if the cav line wasn't oppressive, and they're like, well, I guess when you can go back to the safety fence when Sigurd came out, and they had to make it because people were dying turn 1.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sigurd led to the creation of the fence, right? But then the fence is just too good against everything else besides Sigurd. So, like, they're just backing themselves into a corner here. They just keep making one thing more broken than the next, and the game is like rolling itself off a cliff. It's like
They nerfed the terrain, but they can't like nerf certain skills. But I know they can't do that because I guess that's illegal. But they keep making like these broken ass characters, and like the meta's just all over the place.
yeah, I'm gonna stand by my guns and say that this obviously the best defense map right now didn't need to be nerfed. What they did was they added 2 of these breakable walls, and now what's interesting is that these are not the 1-turn breakable walls. I think you have to hit them 2 times before they can actually break. So at least there's that much. You could set up a turn 1 trap, for example, with using the slot 7 and then having a 3-range dancer like Hatari Azura, for example. Just dance on them, and then you can extend your reach and get to the enemies, because it's going to take them more than 2 turns to actually get around this, especially if you stack the bottom with a bunch of obstacles. Like, if we go over to my team and we see here, I just have a bunch of obstacles on the bottom, so assuming that these 2 are breakable walls, it would take you at least 1 turn to get rid of this stuff, and then on the second turn, you're not going to be able to get rid of this stuff right away, because it would take you 2 hits to break either one of them. So having a turn 1 trap, you'd be able to spring your units into action in time and actually still get some mileage out of the 2 walls, even if they are breakable now. But still, that being said, like, I guess the reason why they wanted to nerf it is because of this right here. It just makes too good of a choke point where having the Hex Trap and the Heavy Trap makes it impossible to really player phase this. You're forced into trying to bait. And let's be real, how many people are going to be able to bait some nonsense like this? Let's go ahead and take a look at a defense and see. All right, so who do we want to see here? Let's take a look at this guy, Shadow Raiden. Okay,
the lucky one.
So this is something like a player phase team. He's got Florina. He has Lake Jarn. He has Ephraim. +7. Pretty good.
Oh.
So these are units that you want to player phase with, pretty obviously. Let's see how this goes for him. Okay, not so great because he ended up locking himself in a corner there. All right, Letizia just annihilates Lake Jarn. And then we get a dance off. We get another KO. Yeah, so, I mean, so much for the player phasing, right? Let's take a look at another one. Fallen Onus. Let's take a look at his. Okay, this is what I wanted to see, like some kind of bait strategy, right? So let's see how is it when you're trying to bait this. This guy's got a far save Rhea at +4. And we have
Oh.
a near save Edelgard at +10. Okay, I want to turn animations on for this. He also has Flame as well, so he's getting the 30% DR from Flame. We have
I
Freya
need to
there.
see what happens here.
Yeah, so double save skills. This is the eat glue strategy, right? So let's see. This is what they want, like, or I guess this is what most players want to do. The casual players just do something like this, and they don't have to think too
Casual
hard.
player has a +10 fallen Edelgard.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine so. That's what the casual players want to wail for, is like +10 Edelgard. All right, let's see what happens.
Oh god.
Okay, so normally Edelgard would be able to activate Bonfire and one-shot Roy, but Roy has tempo, so she's not able to use Bonfire there, and she just gets wrecked. And then
Oh god.
here comes this ass wipe with effective against armor and Deadeye. Oh boy, and then Dagger gets a KO too. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to get at is this map really forces you to try to bait, because player facing, especially if the enemy has Medeus or something and he's giving on guards, so you can't really rely on the bolt tower, and then he also has Kanto control, so it's even harder to player phase. It is a little bit too impossible, I would say, to player phase against this map if it's built right. So I guess that's the reason why they want to nerf it. That being said, though, you got, like, there has to have they got to have a bone on defense. We have to have something, because offense is just a little bit too easy, I feel. Being real, how many teams are you going to fight on this map that are well built? Not 7 of them. And how many ladders do we have now? 7, right? So
Yeah.
if you end up losing, I mean, big deal. Just hop out, come back in, try again, and you'll probably get an easier fight. So
You think we're gonna get up to 8 times in a later update?
it's already overkill. Like 7, I thought 5 was already overkill. 3 seemed to be about the right amount for the ladders, I think. And then 4 was just like a little much, but at the same time, 4, I guess that's as far as I would go. 4, and then 5 was overkill, and now we have 7. I don't even think you guys know me. I just lose in 5 seconds as opposed to win in 30 minutes because I have 7 ladders to fall back on, and there's absolutely zero way that I'm going to get matched up 7 times against fights that I can't easily just double save ball. So I don't know, man. I still think this map shouldn't be nerfed, but in that same regard, people want to be able to player phase. They don't want to just have to rely on baiting. Let's take a look at the 1 defense loss. Let's see how this guy was able to win.
I still say they should have kept like the left wall permanent so it can be different from Lost Castle, but
Yeah,
I guess not.
So you could at least make the left side have a like choke point instead of the right side with Lost Castle. All right, so this guy's got Flame again, +2. Then we have a OST Lucina, +4. All right, again with the double saves. Idun unmerged with Far Save and Deflect Magic. Kind of weird that he's running Deflect Magic and Distant Counter. Normally you don't want to run both, because if you counterattack, you're not able to get the 80% DR. But okay.
It's probably for like the Ninjorans, I guess.
Yeah. I would imagine she'd still survive, though, even without DC. All right, then we have Moosepell, really good unit. We have also Ash with a ton of Fortress Res for some reason. And we got Freya. Okay, so I guess this is more of an example of what casual players want to do, because while offensive playstyles are really good, like hit and run and gale forcing, even I prefer doing that when it's an available option to me. I still would rather do this, mainly because it's easier and you don't have to think as much and the fights go by faster.
Yeah.
So this is what I think the goal should be. Like, this should be the standard that people look for when they're trying to build an offense team. Do something like this where you can actually just bait the enemies and win in like 5 seconds. And if you can't win, you got 7 ladders to fall back on, so what's the big deal if you lose, right? So let's go ahead
No
and take a
kidding
look.
about the ladder thing. I haven't even updated it to 7. I don't even use up like the 6 ladders, so okay, maybe like having 4 or more was overkill, but at least I have something to fall back on
Yeah,
in case I lose 6 times straight.
yeah, and my main point is that defense needs to be able to function, because if defense doesn't work, you're just losing minus 80 lift every fight, and that's not good.
True.
Okay, this Idun has deflect magic, so we're... Oh, we just die, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
because he has Domain of Flame. Alright, then here
wow,
comes...
Chrome doing 0. No,
Yeah.
you don't see that.
That's the main weakness to Chrom is Idun, basically. Anything that nullifies effective against armor.
Like Vector.
Yep. Okay, I think we got the gist of this. It's pretty obvious what's going to happen here. So we'll go ahead and call that a video. Yeah, we lose, but at the same time, I don't really mind losing to this, because he's got Lucina and he's got Idun, both pretty good units. With Moose Spell as well. You don't really see Moose Spell too often.
He's a sleeper unit for offense. I have like 2 of them, and they're each in Astra and Light, and it's pretty good, that extra bonus damage.
Yeah, bonus damage is really the way of the future. So, let me know in the comments section what you guys think about the nerf to Jotunheim Castle. Do you think it was necessary, or are you like me and think it was unnecessary? Do you like it when defense is better than offense, or do you want there to be like a balance of power? Or do you want offense to just be brain dead easy so you don't have to think too long and you could just rush through your matches? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Wiley, any final thoughts?
This wasn't even a nerf. This was a personal attack against me. And I have to switch terrains.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna switch terrain yet. I want to at least see like how the double map or the double breakable wall thing works first, because they still have to hit these twice to break them. So maybe you could stall them out, make them run out of time. Who knows?
If anything, this will probably be a really good map to abuse Kanto control on your units.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the stall out, wailed up Medeus and double save unit team is gonna work pretty well here, because you have Kanto control. You got like Ascended Idun, Brave Hector, Fallen Rhea, all those guys plus 10 with save skills. That's probably still going to be able to get you wins regardless. But then again, how many people can actually use a map like that?
That's true.
Yeah, so that's all for today, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the commentary on this. This is your boy Tacho signing out. And I'll catch you guys again on the flip side.
Bye-bye.